Welcome to Poll 242 Acton 2013's Topic Assignment Presentation video. In this analysis, we will examine the effects of respondents' education and income backgrounds on their preferences regarding defense spending by the federal government.
For our dependent variable, we selected respondents' preferences for federal government spending on defense. We ran a frequency analysis and found that of the 4,162 respondents, 859, or 19.9%, preferred that the government spend more than it does now. 1,961, or 45.5% of respondents preferred that it spend about the same as it does now, and 1,342, or 31.2%, prefer that it spend less than it currently does.
Our two independent variables were the income categories of and highest level of education achieved by respondents. With regards to income category, we hypothesized that respondents with lower incomes would prefer higher federal defense spending because, as Keogh argues, higher defense spending encourages higher employment by boosting aggregate demand. In the case of education, we hypothesized that respondents who have achieved higher levels of education would prefer higher defense spending because, as Giroux argues, institutions of higher education have developed increasingly militaristic political tendencies since 9/11.
We cross-tabulated our first independent variable, income category of respondents, with our dependent variable to analyze correlation. We found that there is an inverse relationship between preference for more federal defense spending and the income of respondents. Respondents with higher incomes therefore had a tendency to prefer lower federal government defense spending. These findings corroborated with our hypothesis.
We then cross-tabulated our second independent variable, highest education achieved by respondents, with our dependent variable. We found that there is a similarly inverse relationship between preference for more federal defense spending and the education level of respondents. Respondents with higher levels of education achieved had a tendency to prefer lower federal government defense spending. These findings disagreed with our hypothesis and suggest that Giroux's argument is not as significant as he maintains.